You gave a TEDx talk about women in leadership and how women leaders have 6 traits that are very critical for vision, creation, and execution. And it allows them to create something incredible and so valuable for others. Can you share some of these insights, Oleg, with our audience?
You see, the main difference starts with the idea how we add value to each other. And what I'm saying is, men always about something that is quickly could be capitalized. So men are after building a house. Women are about making this house a home. And therefore, they're very good at adding value. What's important? Women are very good learners. They're quick in learning, and they're learning every time, with every child, with every marriage, with everything. Moving into a new house, they're learning everything from a new, they're chatting all the time. They have less ego because they're always prepared to sacrifice part of them for others, for husband, for kids, for relatives, for parents. They're better at this, for instance. And that allows them to create that beautiful value without which that house would never be a home.
The ego that you spoke about, what role does that play in leadership and being a good visionary leader?
The role is the most critical. It's the greatest killer of every vision. It's the greatest killer of any care for people, because ego blinds. We're all humans, we all have ego, but to what extent we control our ego is a main thing. Because if people don't control their own ego, they're trying to grab everything for themselves. They don't see the world around them. They don't see people. They are not prepared to take care of anyone except themselves. They're growing only their personal ambitions, and those ambitions will drive any organization off a cliff. So ego is the greatest predator.
You've worked with a lot of C-suite leaders, a lot of top executives. How do you coach them or consult them when it comes to this ego?
Well, actually, this is one of those signal questions which I'm asking, because if I could see that I can't help this person because of that potential client huge ego, I can't help them. I'll better say no to such a client. But if I could see that difference, and I have a few, call it control questions, and I could say that's okay, that's fine, we could work it through. Because when we have a controllable ego and we create something huge and important, ego moves backwards.
So, in all your work with the many leaders you've worked with, how do you define executive presence?
For me, presence, is still a question. But first of all, you need to understand, when we talk about the presence, we need to understand what the present is. You see, many people think of the present as a calendar date, or being, I'm here now. But look, it's like talking now to you and at the same time tapping something on WhatsApp. So I'm ignoring you, in fact. Being present is clearly understand what is the space today and is created around me from which I could move forward. Then I would understand, okay, what is the moment which I really need to feel being part of, where it is being with somebody to whom I talk and really pay the full attention to this person, friend, family member, client, doesn't matter. But also you need to be present to feeling who you are at that moment. This is my view. I'm still exploring this further because executive presence is something that people talk a lot, but they still can't define it.
And do you think that's something that can be learned?
Oh yeah, because I'm quite impatient person. But I have learned through the years that, okay, why I should pay attention more, why I should be a better listener. And that's all related to that presence.
And is it important for a leader to have executive presence?
Absolutely. We can't talk about leaders' involvement without leaders being present. Because if I'm not present with my people, how I would be involved in their lives, in their jobs, I'm just like somewhere there.
And Oleg, how do you work on your own self-awareness? As you said, you were quite impatient.
It's lessons. Actually, I do a lot of self-reflection. For instance, I go to a gym, right? Okay, like 1.5 hours in the gym or 2 hours or 1 hour, regardless. I have plenty of time to think about myself. What do I do? What I'm wrong? Where I'm wrong? It's about admitting I can't be wrong here. It's about humility.
Daily activity that you would do.
It is daily. It's nothing like I will do it once in a month. No, it's daily.
And do you ask the same questions every day?
I have 3 funny questions for everyday use. What do I do for my vision? Am I losing myself? What can I do better? If I do something because one day you have done more, another day you have done less toward your vision, that's fine, but at least you know where do you go. Am I losing myself? It's a matter of how did I bargain for something which is not relevant, which is not important. So more or less, I hit some kind of an easy target to get something, but it would be immediately destroying me as a personality. What can I do better? Also, that would be about I could be better as a person, I could be better as a leader, I could think about some kind of a strategy or some kind of an approach from different angle and change something. So it's 3 simple questions, but they could make a bit of a difference.
Yeah, it reminds me of Marshall Goldsmith's daily questions.
Actually, a lot of my work or thinking is influenced by Marshall. In his Marshall Goldsmith 100 Coaches cohort, and I learned a lot from Marshall, and I'm really grateful for his lessons and his wisdom. Marshall is probably my greatest mentor in this sense. That's really a person who I truly admire and respect and grateful for. It's more like on systematic basis, and therefore I'm just always saying, Marshall, thank you.
And what is it you admire about Marshall?
One of the best lessons I have learned from him: learn as much as you can, help as much as you can. But what Marshall always talks, he talks wisdom. And it's not just a position, me, it's wisdom. You see, when we're just smart, you can't share your smartness. But when we are wise, we could share our wisdom. And this is about Marshall.